Hello! Can you see me yet? Okay, you can now. Hello, everybody. It's judging my wireless connection in the corner. It says that I'm 37%. What do I look... Trash. Hi, everybody. Sorry for being 9 minutes late. My oh-so-magical magic trackpad ran out of batteries, so my computer wouldn't turn on, which was fun. So everyone loves a live show that starts with a battery hunt. The most fun. You look nice today, said Best. Do I? I haven't gone outside today, or I literally woke up like this. Always. Wow, I'm so bad. That'll do. So you've got Rough and Tumble Dan today. Don't know what that means. That was weird. Let's tweet. Okay, this is when I find out that I tweeted a typo, probs. Let's see. That's your PJs. No, I'm wearing my sweatpants. This is just the t-shirt that I had on the floor. Let's see. On the floor. On the floor. Let's see. On the floor. 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 Whoa. Okay, I just crashed my laptop. On the floor. Stop it! Okay, there we go. Hi, everybody! Dear God. Hi. So, everybody, Oddly Joe is the #1 fan. It's confirmed. What would you call Dill's child, said Romy. That might be a question that we have to answer sooner than I'm mentally prepared for if things keep escalating at their current rate. Dan, why is your bed so messy? I'll get to that. So, wow. A lot's happened since last Tuesday. What's happened? It was my birthday. Went to Sweden. Made a Dill video. Pete Wentz prank call. Bloody a lot happened, didn't it? Eventful week. Wow. Where should we start? So yeah, I wasn't here 2 days ago to do my usual Tuesday at 9 o'clock because I was in Sweden. Bit of a surprise. Sorry I couldn't tell you. Basically, I was filming something with the BBC, and I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you what it is because I think I'm supposed to ask them, and I didn't want to get fired, so I didn't. So sorry to the people that I randomly bumped into in Sweden that were like, why are you in Sweden? What the hell? Which was everybody I met in Sweden that was like, wait, you live in London? Why are you in Jönköping? Yeah, no, I'll ask and tell you soon. So sorry for being vague. Yeah, I went to Sweden. That was fun. I was at an event called DreamHack, which is extremely nerdy. I'm just gonna warn you now. It is the world's biggest PC gaming festival, which happens in a town called, I think it's pronounced, Swedish people are gonna tweet me, hey. Michaela is bored is the #1 fan, people. Sorry, it's so distracting. Jönköping, but it's spelled Jonkoping. So it's a silent K, which is pronounced like a sh. Go Sweden. It was quite funny, because half of the Swedish words that I read were kind of like German in that it looked exactly like English, but kind of written like you tried to pronounce it in a Swedish accent. So, I mean, I can't think of an example because it's probably just going to be very offensive. But it would be like, Jon road sign ping, and that would just be like road sign. Kind of like German is the same thing. But then other halves of Swedish would just make no sense whatsoever. Like, on a sign that at the airport that said, EU passports only, it said, EU man groping only. And I was like, I don't think man groping sounds like passports. Probably an entirely different words whatsoever. But yeah, Sweden was cool. Wildest Dreams is like, what are you talking about? I went to Sweden. It was really warm. I expected it to be freezing, and it wasn't. It was warm as heck. The event was fun. Basically, like 10,000 people bring their computers from their houses to all go plug them in and have a giant LAN party together, which was like, if you're a teenager who can't do what they want when they want, like being able to play computer games with your friends for 4 consecutive days in a dark room surrounded by pizza stands sounds like literally the best thing in the entire universe ever. So that was cool. Funny Taco 1 is number 1, people. Heather hasn't studied for her history exam tomorrow. Good to know why you're here. April Vaughn said, why is everything messy? Earlier, I was that was my travel bag from Sweden, and I was like, where is it? I need to get something out of it, and just dumped it on my bed, and I haven't moved it. So sorry if that's offending you deeply. And now it's Erin Baluta. Half of it's just keeping up these days. How was Sweden? Fun. Thank you, Cheerful Lester. How was your birthday? Also high, says Deanna S. The best way to unpack, said somebody. Yeah, I'm just like, here we go. I need to get that essential thing at the bottom. I think it was my copy of Paper Towns. I was like, I need to finish reading it, so I just went zip and go. You should learn a new song on piano. I should. My birthday was pretty fun, actually, despite all kind of, existential pondering about kind of like death and reflections on the last years of my life. It was a great day. Yeah, no, that was fun. I want to thank you to everybody that tweeted me saying happy birthday. And all of the people on Twitter and Tumblr that like made videos and photos, I tried to like say thank you and comment on and like as many as I could, but there was a lot, so I did see probably nearly all of them, and I appreciate them very much, of course. So thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. What else did I do on my birthday? I don't even remember. What was like eventful about my birthday? I've forgotten. I did a really cool thing that I think Phil probably mentioned in his live show the day after, where it's kind of like, like Raven, the TV show, or Takeshi's Castle, or The Crystal Maze, like those TV shows where you have to like solve a puzzle and do things. People have started kind of making versions of that you can just like go to, and it was like the most fun thing ever. So seriously, if you've got like a birthday and kind of 3 to 4 nerdy friends, recommend. It was good. Sydney and Becca say hi. Hello, Sydney and Becca. Fan Cooties is number 1, people. Hello, Fanthonian. Please tell me an unknown Dan fact. My sweatpants that I'm wearing right now, I washed them this morning, and I thought they'd be dry by about an hour ago when I put them on, and they weren't entirely, so right now I'm slightly uncomfortably damp. There you go. That's a good one. Who's your favourite painter? That's a cultured question, Plena. I remember, I think I saw a bunch of Monet paintings IRL in Zurich, and they were the ones that kind of blew me away the most when I saw them in real life. I was like, this is incredible. So even though there are many opinions on many things, I saw them, so that probably cheats. Look at me rocking. This is going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? How are you today? I'm good today. I was just kind of catching up with everything in my life. Stop saying IRL, LMAO. Stop saying LMAO, I probably should though, to be honest. Bad. The things. Please don't fall again. Thank you for being concerned for me, Water Baby AC. What music have you been listening to? I've still been listening to drones. I'm going to be honest. Stirring Fandom said, hashtag header for Dan. Need to update my header since my birthday, but that was a pretty excellent emotional birthday header, wasn't it? Yeah. The more I listen to drones, the more I like it, to be honest. Like, I'm not that offended by Revolt. I mean, it's cheesy as hell and it sounds like some terrible Christian rock song, but I'm not that offended. The Globalist, as like, when you make a 10-minute long song, you're making a statement that you're like making some progressive masterpiece, and everyone listens to it expecting it, and for that it's probably like a 3-star 10-minute song, but it's just enjoyable. I think that Reapers is actually really good now. I think that fake fan Defector is really great now. Drones, I'm not offended by the song Drones. I think it's fun. What the hell is he talking about? I'm talking about the new Muse album. Yeah. Hey Dan, how was your trip? The trip to Sweden was fun. I like travelling because you get to... Have I said this to you before? I feel like this is the kind of thing that someone would make a video about. I should. Who knows? No, is it that Is it interesting enough? IDEC. Train journeys are my favourite thing because, kind of like eating, this is deep, I've probably said this a million times, so sorry if I'm repeating myself. The reason I love eating is because while you're eating, it's a thing you have to do, right? Eat, otherwise you die. So while you're eating, there's nothing else you could be doing with your time because you have to eat, which means that for the duration that I eat, I'm not worrying about any of my problems. I'm not feeling guilty about how I'm spending my time because I'm eating and you have to eat. So similarly, when you're on a train, there's nothing you can do other than sit on the train when you're on the train. Sala said, Dan, stop eating, it's Ramadan. I'm sorry, that's incredibly insensitive of me. Tomorrow's my last day of school, said Nicole. OMG. Good luck. So I love travelling because you can kind of just listen to music and contemplate life. I never get sad on a train, unlike, 1 p.m. in bed. 1 a.m. 1 p.m. Yeah, casual afternoon existential crisis. It's always kind of... I always feel quite inspired on trains and planes, and I finished reading Paper Towns. So obviously my introspection, self-life crisis chart was just go whoosh. Thanks, John, for that one. Yeah, Paper Towns. I hated the ending. I liked the ending. I don't think that... I'm not going to spoil it, I promise to God, because I'm guessing a lot of you won't have read the book and you're very excited for the film. I promise I'm not going to spoil anything, don't worry. No, I like the ending. I think the ending's realistic and the ending's a lot more profound about who that person is as a character and stuff. I thought it was quite deep. I think that The Fault in Our Stars is obviously, like, way more emotionally harrowing and dramatic. And there's a lot of profound John Green writing and kind of dialogue from the characters. I think there's a lot more poetic stuff in The Fault in Our Stars, but there was definitely a lot more kind of profound philosophical life ponderings that I personally resonated with in Paper Towns. I related to a lot of the things that Nat thought, and just a lot of the topics that they brought up. I was like, this is good. Anahita is number 1, people! Heather, how was Sweden? Warm, thanks. But no, yeah, and I really loved a lot about Paper Towns, because just kind of like the things that happened to the characters, all of the journeys that they went on. I thought it made a lot of points about a lot of things that I liked. It made me kind of sad because very few people have like a very ideal teenage period, you know what I mean? And anyone that's read Paper Towns will know that, especially towards the middle of the book, a lot of people have a really great time, and it's like, oh man, I wish I had friends. But I got to, am I allowed to say this? I don't know. I got to see as well, the reason I read the book as a matter of priority was because Phil and we got to see a screening of the movie, so I wanted to finish it in time to see the movie, and the movie, I don't know, I don't know, am I even allowed to say anything? Probably not. I'll say that it's good and I liked it. I guess I can probably... I'll talk about the movie next Tuesday when I'll probably definitely not get sued or something. I don't know. But yeah, Paper Towns. 10 out of 10 on the introspective crisis scale. Connie D said, how was Sweden? Good, cold and warm. There was pickled herring in the hotel I was staying at for breakfast. And one of the people I was with was like, Dan, you have to have it. Like, it's cheesy and stereotypical, but come on, you're coming to a new country for the first time. You need to try the stereotypical food. I was like, no, I'm not having pickled herring, and I didn't. So, sorry, Sweden, for not doing that. But continental breakfast. It was, yeah, the rest of it was continental breakfast. It was very boring. Cool or delete. That was it. Please tell me how you are not 8, said Stirring Fandoms. I have no idea what that means. How was the thingy you went to? It was fun. It was good. Did a lot of walking. Why were you in Sweden? Explain to us. Can't yet. I was filming something. I will say. Hey Dan, do you like Tame Impala? I do. Dan, my main man, can you say Amy Brown? Amy Brown. Hope that lived your life. Have you played Kingdom Hearts? I haven't. But speaking of games, I was away in Sweden whilst E3 was happening, so that was basically a bunch of 3 AM browsing for me, catching up on all the E3 news. What am I excited about? Other than the one thing I can't even remember, which says a lot. They're remaking Final Fantasy VII. Wow. This is the kind of thing where if I had my own gaming channel where I uploaded a bunch of self-indulgent, boring videos that would probably get like no views, I would rant about this self-indulgently. I don't know how I feel. I'm very excited. I'm going to give you the short version because so few people watching this probably even know what Final Fantasy VII is, never mind have played it, but the people that have played it probably care about it more than anything in the world, so I'll make it brief. Basically, to any one that doesn't know, Final Fantasy VII, my favourite video game of all time, what I consider to possibly be the best video game of all time. They're remaking it, and I don't know how the small, short version of this is that when the technology of the PlayStation 1 was so bad, and there was no voice acting, like when you read a book, or play a game that's just got text boxes, the acting is perfect, and the characters are perfect, because you fill in the blanks with your imagination. When something actually has to be voice acted, and when the actions of the characters have to actually be animated, if it's bad, then it's cringe and awful and life-ruining. So, who are you, said Natalia. I'm Dan, I'm a YouTuber. Is there a button you can click somewhere that takes you to my YouTube channel? IDEC. So, I'm kind of scared because when the technology was really bad, you like, when you read a book, you fill in the blanks with your imagination and it's kind of always perfect in your kind of rude honking outside, can you not? So I'm worried that they can't make it perfect with... it's just so unbelievably ambitious. It's so unbelievably ambitious as a project that I'm scared they won't be able to do it justice. But I'm excited to see if they do. I think that Final Fantasy VI needed more of a remake because I feel like that game was actually held back by how terrible the SNES technology is that it was made in. Okay, there we go. Paper Towns versus The Fault in Our Stars. I love them both. TBH. I drew near with a flower crown. Did you? Good. Having art projects. Clean up your bed. Sorry. God. Stop cyberbullying me. What are your plans for the summer? Lol. Live shizzle. Yeah, sorry about that. Am I? I don't know. Favorite American Horror Story character ever? Probably Jessica Lange in Coven. Probably the coolest character. Or Angela Bassett in Coven. I'm just the coolest. I don't know. They're so amazing every season of that show, and all the characters are so incredible that that's a very impossible question. But I mean, like, Asylum was my favorite season, but I just feel like the Supreme from Coven was just like so incredibly iconic, and Angela Bassett was just so incredibly iconic. I don't know. What do you think? Game of Thrones. Oh my god. Good. Good, right? Incredible. Like, the thing is, I'm like, wow, there's like, seriously, like, okay, so everyone's like Evan Peters. Okay, obviously we're all in love with Evan Peters, but are Evan Peters' characters as good as Jessica Lange's characters? I don't know, people. You need to let go of your emotions. Everyone's like, don't spoil. I'm not going to spoil anything about Game of Thrones or American Horror Story, but it was good. Like, again, like, 3 things happened where I was like, I didn't see that coming. Fan Cooties is the #1 fan, people. Take notice. I had to choose my future in school. Yay. Oh, I hope that went well, Heather. Don't worry too much. You can change the plans. Don't give any Paper Town spoilers. People, no matter whether we're talking about Paper Towns, Game of Thrones, Final Fantasy VII, or American Horror Story, I'm an anti-spoilers person. Do not worry. I don't spoil. Don't have to worry about that. Can you say, hey, Connie? Hey, Connie. How do you feel about Lady Gaga joining? I feel like Lady Gaga's probably a brilliant actress. It feels weird, but I'm open to it. I really hope that Ryan Murphy doesn't turn American Horror Story into Glee. We'll see. Hope you had fun in Sweden. I did. Read Looking for Alaska. OMG, it's emotional. I will. I think I need to kind of recover from reading Paper Towns first. I named my back brace Still Helter. I'm honoured, Hannah. Thank you. Are my caps intimidating you? Said Sterling. Yes. I feel personally assaulted right now, and I'm going to report you. And Anahita is back at #1. Says the pop-up covering my forehead. And some Amy M just pasted every emoji into the chat. Thanks. I appreciate that. That Maddie Dork said, Dill got a girlfriend before I did. Don't feel bad. Vegan. Okay. What am I saying this? What is this a tweet? I don't know. I've decided I'm going to try going vegan for a month from next week and see what happens. And maybe I'll continue forever, or maybe I'll die. Let's see what happens. My mum said hi. Hi, Lixinzi's mum. Nice hashtag. Thanks, Lena. I was like, so much pressure to do that. Everyone's like, good luck. Good luck. Good. Thanks. I was like, should I just go vegetarian first and see how I cope? The thing, part of it's kind of like, I've just gotten bored of having the same food all the time. So I think it would be quite fun. But I thought I might as well just jump in with both feet and see if I die. Let's see what happens. Good luck. I can cook for you. Can really, thank you. Welcome to the dark side. Thank you, the dark side. Yeah, you're the next Beyonce. Yeah, I want Beyonce's vegan food delivery service to come to England. That sounds good. But it's Delia Smith's birthday, is it? Great. Should tweet her a cake emoji or not? I don't think she'd want that. It's a war in the top fan section, people. Boop. What am I on about? How was Matilda? Said Molly Vone. That's what I did on my birthday, said Dan, slapping the table, exploding everyone's eardrums and giving them a heart attack. I went to see Matilda, the musical, at the theatre at the West End, and it was amazing. It was really great. It was fantastic. Like, really. God. I'm presuming you know what Matilda is. If not, at least watch the movie if you haven't read the iconic Roald Dahl book. And it was so good. The Tim Minchin and I think another person wrote all the music, and the songs was so witty and fun and enjoyable and great. But not just that, like the choreography was mind blowing, and the acting was great. And like, there's this girl who's like 10 that plays Matilda, and she carries the whole show. And I'm like, how can you do this? You're like 10. You're the most talented person I've ever seen in my entire life. And Miss Trunchbull played, but this it makes me. I felt strangely uncomfortable sometimes, because like there's some problematic things about like gender roles and stuff in Matilda, and in 2015 I'm like, wow. So look forward to that if you're like me. But no, it was great. You should really go watch it. Dan, I can't stop playing The Witcher 3. Help, said Mariam, which is ironic because I've stopped playing The Witcher 3. Come on, right? I was sick for like a week, and for 2 of those days I was horrifyingly sick, and I just played The Witcher. I played it for like 50 hours, and I feel like I'm like halfway through, and I'm like, I don't have time to play this game. When's it? I've said before, criticisms of The Witcher 3, of which there aren't, because it's in many ways kind of like the most incredible RPG possibly ever made. When he won't notice you, said 5sauce great in the chat. Ha! Like, the graphics, the animations, the acting, the voice acting, the storytelling, everything about it. It blows Skyrim and Guild Wars and World of Warcraft and Fable and Dragon Age completely out of the water. But the fictional universe that it's based on from the books just isn't very original. And I'm at a bit where I'm just, okay, right, nerds. Sorry, everybody. I've been in Novigrad for like 8 hours, and I'm like, I just want to get back to riding around on my horse, killing some mythical beasts. I will finish it, I promise. I'm not no-lifing it. I'm so happy for you and Lucy Hale, said Rebecca. Thanks. Hi, Super Lamo. What was your favourite part of DreamHack? I watched a CSGO tournament, which was extremely hype. I feel like I want to start playing Dota, except I shouldn't, because then my life would probably get ruined. Who's Lucy Hale? What's happening? Hi, Dan. I love you. Thanks. Hi, Dan. Hi, Zara Howell. Dan, please notice me. I dare you, said Kareen. Wow. How jet-lagged are you? Sweden is 1 hour ahead. Lucy Hale is from Pretty Little Liars. What happened to her? Is she going vegan or something? I did. What was the other person saying? I'm such a flop. I'm sorry. Change your icon. I need to change my icon. My Twitter icon is like... I know I'm a trash lord, but that Twitter icon doesn't help, does it? Like, wow. So bad. It needs to go. When I'm getting like followed by Michael Clifford and tweeted by Pete Wentz, and I'm like, these people are seeing my current Twitter profile picture. I'm like, I need to change my current Twitter profile picture. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Sorry about Michael Clifford's fire accident. That's scary as hell, wasn't it? Glad to know he's good though, right? Michael is on fire. Quite too soon, one would say. Talk about Pete Wentz. Hi Daniel, how are you? I'm warm. YouTube Vogue. It's a warm day in London. Thank you. Talk about Pete. So, I got prank called by Pete Wentz. It was like a week before it went on the radio, because that's how they do it. I answered my phone, and I was like, this isn't right. And like, Pete from Fall Out Boy, as you've all heard. If you haven't heard it, look at my Twitter profile and listen to it, because it's pretty hilarious. That everyone in the chat's going, Anahita #1. It's still going on, people. Still going strong. Anahita there. I just finished my A-levels. Are you proud? Suki lives. I am proud of you for just living through the stress of exams. It's horrific. It was so funny. The thing is, when it went out, everyone was feeling bad for me. I wasn't very scared and stressed about it. I kind of was a bit at the time, but I wasn't hurt. Like, everyone was feeling... Like, it seemed like the main reaction to Pete prank calling me was people feeling really bad for me. Guys, I promise I didn't feel that bad. As soon as I hung up the phone, the producer from Radio 1, Victoria, called me and was like, "That was a prank call! Are you okay? I'm sorry for pranking you." So I didn't even have time to feel stressed about it, so don't worry. They immediately confirmed it was a prank call after it happened. So I didn't feel bad, therefore you're allowed to just find it hilarious, because I think it was so funny. Like, honest to God. I feel sorry for Pete, because like he goes to Radio 1 and Nick Grimshaw's like, "You need to prank call people," and I get the impression that Pete isn't a big pranker who relishes in the tricked feelings of other people. So, as well as that tweet that you saw me... where's my phone? Let's see if I can find it. He did DM me saying like, "Are you okay? I'm sorry for pranking you," which is very good for him. He said something like, "Dude, I don't want to be snitchy." He's like, "Dude, sorry for prank calling you. Blame it on Nick. I'm glad they told you it was a prank. Sorry that I didn't get to see you at Big Weekend and tell you in person." Yeah, me and Phil, we didn't get to bump into Fall Out Boy when they were there at Norwich, because they were straight into Norwich. They did their stage show and they went out. So Pete didn't have time to say hi to me. But yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Tell us the hello story. I promised I'd do this. So, at the start of this prank call, I answer the film and go, "Hello?" The reason I didn't know it was Pete when they called me is because it was from a blocked number, and Call or Delete always do this because they say that if someone sees who's calling them, they will maybe know it's a prank or something. So even they make everybody call anyone on an unknown number. So okay, this is going to sound problematic, but it's not. If you think about it, when I answer calls from an unknown number, in case it's someone going, "Hi, do you want to claim on your PPI?" or it's some weird like spam phone number, or maybe a creepy fan who's somehow got my number, I answer the phone in an Indian accent to confuse people that might think it's me, so that they reveal their identity first by asking, "Who's this?" So whenever I answer the phone, I go, "Hello?" Okay, I'll just give you a moment. So, okay, right. It sounds problematic, but it isn't, because there's actually nothing bad about doing that. If you think about it, it's actually just a great idea. So it's oh god. You're so weird. Yeah, isn't that such a Dan thing, isn't it? Like, oh my god, I'm such a wreck. Everyone's like, this is such a Dan Howell moment. Don't for a second think I've changed, people. I am still the social wreck that I've always been. Why do I don't know. I feel like it's a good idea. So yeah, when you listen to the prank call and I go like, "Raw," it's not because there was like a weird connectivity. It's because I'm trying to get the other person to go, "Who's this? This is me." Before, yeah. So let's swiftly change the subject. Oh my god. But in all seriousness, I didn't find it traumatizing. I find it really funny. Don't worry. Iconic moment. And yeah, Dan in 2015, I need to... Honestly, it requires me to take a moment to kind of gain perspective on it. It doesn't instantly happen. I'm like, it was Pete from Fall Out Boy, who I've met several times at events and stuff, and, it makes sense that he called me because he was on Grimmy's show, A Call of the Day. But then I'm like, 14-year-old Dan... Did I call you fans? Someone said, "Stop calling us fans." Ugh, did I? I don't call you fans. Firstly, don't overreact to the word fans. It's just a word that people use all the time. That, more important than going, I call you my audience because I find that like fans is like putting people in like different, obviously, whatever. You're my friend, special snowflake, equal people, but don't overreact to the word fans because it's just such a commonly used word. Anyway, I was like, wait a minute. I needed to remember like 14-year-old Dan who like cried listening to Fall Out Boy and all he wanted for Christmas was tickets to go see Fall Out Boy at Brixton Academy. And I'm like, no, that was actual Pete from Fall Out Boy, called me on my mobile number on national radio. Weird, obviously. Makes me put my life in perspective. Very appreciative, and all the embarrassing waffle to do with that. Dan, I'm on the toilet, said Anna. Thanks. Graphic imagery. 14-year-old you is me now. Yeah. Well, don't worry. I survived. So will you. How are you today, Dan? I'm good. Increasingly warm. It's a warm night. The breeze has stopped. I got 2 million followers on Twitter. Great. Posted some funny tweets. Like, the day after I posted my tweet saying, like, thanks for following me, I was like, I was just having one of those days where I was like, I've done nothing I want to tweet about all day. And I'm somebody, I really don't like tweeting for the sake of tweeting. Like, I personally, as I've said before, I think I have an issue where everyone tweets just like the boring shit that they're up to, and I don't. But it's not just that. It's also that when I tweet something really great, that I'm like proud of how poetically I worded something, and I feel like a bit of pressure for the tweets to be as good as the good tweets, which I know is like dumb. But like, I feel if I haven't tweeted for a day, I don't want to be like, I need to tweet and come up with something. But I was feeling bad that I hadn't tweeted on a day, and I just checked my replies, and the first reply I saw was just someone saying, tweet something relatable. Which was obviously a joke, because, if we're smart, which we are, I think you are, we look past, there's nothing cynically, fan cooties are still number one, people, the cynicism of people trying to write relatable tweets and just see things for, because the thing is for me is like, everything I tweet is based on a truth that is happening in my life, and no matter how trash and shitpost a tweet looks, I promise you, it's always actually something profoundly real about my life. Look for it. It's never surface level. It's always deeper than it looks. But I just found it really funny that this person was joking, because obviously, like, this person was referencing me saying, like, what did I say, like, relatable trash in my 2 million follower tweets. They were just like, tweet something relatable, like, where are you? Why haven't you tweeted? But I thought that was funny. So I just went to my drafts, and I was like, right, what's in my drafts? And then I noticed that, like, complete ridiculous tweet about the not using capital letters, and I was like, when the hell did I write? What is that even about? Oh my god, Dan. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tweet it, and then I tweeted it, and you people, it has 21,000 retweets. So there's me just like, you know what, yeah, I'll just tweet that shitpost from my drafts. And to be honest, like, it's one of those things where it's not a complete trash. I'll write it and I'll think I'm a bit clever because of how I wrote it, but it's just funny. I think you're funny. I think I'm funny because I'm lame. And I think you're funny. And I appreciate your sense of humor for appreciating my sense of humor. And I feel like we get each other, and I appreciate that. I'm just saying. And then Jim tweeted back in caps lock, just failing miserably. Oh no, I did say that was acceptable in times of extreme excitement, which he might have been. Who knows? Thank you, Stirring Fandoms, for that high praise. Hi, Alyssa and Juliana. Thank you for coming. Thanks, Connie. How was DreamHack, bro? If you want a salad, I mean, it's the kind of food that, you know, teenage gamers would want to eat for 24 hours. Dan, are you part of the Illuminati? Yes. Yes, I am. How do you get so many fans? I don't know, Rebecca. Oreos are vegan. Are they? Oreos are vegan? I need to look up like a list of Anahita's back, according to the chat, and immediately annihilated by Fancooties. There is the finale of Game of Thrones, the battle for the Iron Thrones, Lord of the Andals, ruler of the Seven Kingdoms, and true heir to the throne of Westeros. And then there's who is the #1 fan of Dan Howell on YouNow. HBO should buy it, just saying. Do you realise vegan means no Maltesers? I do. I do. I want to live in a world where popular brands offer vegan alternatives of what they do. Like, I've said to you before that I think in 50 years, like loads of people will be vegan just because, like, so many restaurants will be vegan and it'll just be so easy. And, like, what I want is for Maltesers to, like, make, like, real Maltesers, but with, like, vegan chocolate. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure that there's, you know, companies that make food for vegans that have made a product that's, like, similar to being it. But you know what I mean? I feel like that will be real, though. You know what I mean? 50 years. I said this last time. Lab-grown meat. That's going to change the world. We can all just be omnivores when there's no animals actually involved in the process. Anyway, hey Dan, hi Gabby. Why were you in Sweden filming a thing? Can't say. How was your week, Dan? My week was pretty eventful, really. It's pretty good. I mean, had the whole Call of Delete thing, had my birthday, went to see Matilda, went to that time run thing with Phil and some friends, went to Sweden, done a load more things, all my background projects, moving swiftly forward. Dan is not on fire. I'm thinking about it now. I might go somewhere this weekend, which might throw a spanner in that, but I'll think about it. I'm not giving you any promises, but don't worry, no matter what's happening, I'm always feeling bad about it. How was your morning? Said Maya. What did I do this morning? Woke up, had a bowl of Crave, which definitely isn't vegan. I actually buy Crave sometimes. You can't eat it too much, but you know, #spawn. It's quite delicious sometimes. No fun hashtag, no fun hashtag. You can't put me under pressure to come up with fun hashtags constantly. I just bought your Ruddy book. Thank you, Mackenzie. Oh my god, like, Phil and I, we've seen like a third of it finished now. It's honestly very great. And Anahita's there, people. God. Your room looks so clean. No need for that, Olivia. Leave. #Dan. Yes, Nicole. It's my name. What one interesting hashtag, you loser. Okay, I feel like we need to stop the cyberbullying about the hashtag for today's show. Wow, someone just sent me a message spoiling the Game of Thrones finale. I'm not going to accept that. Look at this! Look at this savage battle! We're just gonna have to see who's the ruler by the end. I saw Fob last night, they were great. They are a good live band. I would know. Can you say, said Amy Brown, I won't accept that because I feel like you look tanned. Do I? I feel like it's just the lighting of my room. Dan, you should have tried to pickle herring. It's delicious, said John. Is it? I don't believe you. I'm sorry. Oh, the Dill video. Yeah. Did you all watch the last Sims 4 video with Dan and Phil? Dill gets a girlfriend. Bloody hell, that's all going fast, isn't it? Did you see, like, they were eager for it to go further than we wanted to. It felt uncomfortable. It did. Because I'm sure, like, I've said this before, like, I feel weirdly actually attached to this bloody sim, and I'm sure you do too. So when you feel so attached to someone, it's kind of weird. I felt a bit uncomfortable, to be honest. I was like, we're just watching them make out for it. Yeah, so it's gonna be a challenge to keep it being steamy, is all I'm gonna say. So good though, honestly. God. Like, you know, I truly feel like the gaming videos Phil and I make are really great. You know, it's like I never feel while while I'm sat there editing a gaming video, I am honestly always really proud of it. I'm like, we're so funny in a idiotic trash kind of way. And, you know, I spend way too long adding Comic Sans for no reason. And then I'm like, all this is a YouTube video of me playing a video game. And yet, it feels like so much more when I look at that Sims video. Like, really. It was when the playlist of Dan and Phil's entire Sims 4 thing, you know, I'd submit that to something. Like, you know, give me... Yeah. Shut up, Dan. Hi, Dan. How are you? Thanks, Sean. Good. Thanks for the blue heart emojis. I start my first job tomorrow, said Jasmine. Good luck, Jasmine T. Really good luck. Seriously. God, I was so bad at my first 2 jobs. I mean, you know the stories, don't you, people? You've seen how I got fired and the power nap and the panic alarm. I don't need to tell you anything about my first 2 jobs. Jesus. I mean, you know, that's why I'm here. I'm here for 2 reasons. To entertain you with stories of my life, so, you know, you can find them entertaining, but then maybe compare them to your own lives and not feel so alone with the issues that you go through, and think, wow, I'm scared of going to my first day of work, but there's a guy called Dan who actually sold an axe to a child. And then, you know, the other half of it is me kind of like articulating my own profound observations on the universe, which is really just an excuse for myself to give myself therapy. Apparently other people enjoy watching it too. Wow, why? Get Snapchat to take pictures of... Did you have the talk with Dill? We didn't have the talk with Dill, so I don't know where he's getting that from, because I mean, we've seen the whole of his life from start to finish, haven't we? Thanks for getting me into Muse. Good band. Delatha? Is that's Delatha? Tabitha and Dill? It can't be Delatha. Is it? Is it Tilatha? Delatha? I feel like there's maybe a better one there. But if you've all adopted that, then I can't argue. How was Matilda? Matilda was great. It's Dabitha is saying people now. That's better. He got it from Preston. Was he thinking about Vernon while he was making out with... okay. Was Cara good in Paper Towns? I don't know what I'm allowed to say about the Paper Towns movie. I enjoyed it. It's good though. Honestly, I think that Cara is great as Margot. I'm just gonna stop talking. You also slept under a desk. Let's not do that too often. Such noise. Yeah, it's a busy night on my road, apparently, for crime. Who's getting murdered? I don't know, but it's just extremely selfish. Can we see some pictures from Sweden? I didn't take any photos. I just took that one photo of that road sign called Trollhättan. That was quite a funny moment because I saw it coming down the motorway. I was like, it's oh my god, it says Trollhättan, that's funny. And I was like, I need to take a picture of it. So I was like, it was one of those moments where you're like, you know, this is what you've been training for your whole life, right? So all that time when your phone is for, something you want to take a photo of is coming. How quickly, like a jewel, a quick draw, can you get your phone out and take a picture of that thing? I was like, it went like bullet time, like the Matrix. It was like, go, whip it out. Press the home button just to get it on this screen. Swipe up. And then, bam, take the photo. Except, I took a selfie of myself first. So, I did that. Let me just unlock my phone and show you. I did that, impressive quick draw speed. And then I took that phone. In hindsight, I really should have tweeted this at one of you when I was reacting to, you know, when I was replying to your tweets about Trollhättan. So I'm sorry for not tweeting this at one of you guys when it was relevant. But maybe I can after the show if you want. But I was like, 3, 2, 1, go! And I took a selfie. Thank God I didn't even react because I was just on it. You know, I didn't have time to mess around. I went, turn camera around, point out window. And then I check it and I'm like, was it in focus? Was it in focus? Was it in... So, not only was I quick enough to take a photo of the road sign, I was quick enough to snap a photo, realise the last time I had my camera open was on front camera, change it round and take another photo. So I was quite proud of my new icon, says everybody. Yeah, because if I was concerned about, you know, people looking at my profile when it's Wowzer, it really needs to be that selfie from that car, doesn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear. A bee is chasing me, help, said Covers by Laurie. A bee. That's kind of hard, because you don't want a bee to die. God, need to save the bees, people. Try staying still and see if it goes away, otherwise just run until you can kind of lock yourself in a room without trapping yourself in the room with a bee. It's 22:01. It is. Oh my god, it is 22:01. I'll stay for a few minutes though, because my magical trackpad made me late. Have you seen Jurassic World yet? No, sorry. Is it good? I see middling reviews, but I feel like when an IP, when a film franchise is as incredibly iconic as Jurassic Park, making a sequel after so long has no excuse to be anything other than great. But all of you in the chat seem to be saying it's great. So, and then Hitty Yowlin said, it's alright. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll go watch it. I saw 3 people with your merch, did you, Sophie? Were they all together? Watch out for the Dan and Phil Street Gang. What's the story behind your weird hello? It's problematic, and I'm not going there. Heading towards the end, people. Anahita's in number 1. I'm getting a brace tomorrow, said Poppy. I'd like to imagine that in this post-Ugly Betty, slightly less traumatic than it was when I was a teenager world, that no one's going to be mean to you for having braces, just because, like, everyone has braces. So, good luck. I hope it's not annoying, and look forward to having straight feet. Or teeth. Someone typed feet into the chat, and I just said straight feet. Yeah, good luck with your feet brace, and really look forward to having straight feet. And I probably need to leave, if I'm saying that. Hi Taylor, thanks for sending me a message. Come to Milton Keynes, said Lolly. Okay. I'm starting watching Game of Thrones. You're in for a treat. How was Sweden? It was great. I want to go back. I want to go to Stockholm. I want to go to an island in the middle of nowhere. I was in and out for a very specific task. I didn't get to explore or travel. I'm obsessed with Sweden because of its cultural output, from Stieg Larsson to Robin to I Am I, Who Am I, and, you know, various Nordic crime dramas. I want to explore Sweden, or probably Norway. I want to go to Iceland. Yeah, they're all on my travel list. What if a lobster mated with a seagull? That'd be pretty terrifying, because, like, seagulls swoop on trash to eat it. So if they had, like, exoskeletons and claws, that'd be pretty horrific, wouldn't it? That wouldn't be great. Dan, it's my birthday. I'm 17 today. Happy birthday, Gracie. And all of the people whose birthdays it is today, not the people whose birthdays it is tomorrow. Stop trying to insert yourself into this moment, okay? God. Happy birthday to Mia. Thanks for the message, Emily. I'm almost done watching Free. It just gets good towards the end. What? I'm not watching an anime at the moment. I need to decide on a new one to watch. Just watching Food Wars as it still comes out, which is just great. Did you get that GIF removed for Pete? I strongly considered it and panicked about it for a while, didn't I? I saw Fall Out Boy yesterday and cried. Good band, aren't they? Sweeland, but not in Finland. Rude. Sorry, Spice Lester. Don't rock on your chair, you're gonna die. Sorry, Hannah. Happy birthday, Grace Lee. Okay, where's your black style? My style is like black, but monochrome is acceptable. And the occasional, you know, it's not strict. It's just mostly black. So, you know, the odd colourful item is in there, but it's mainly monochrome. So this is fine. This Gildan long sleeve shirt from Sad Boys. Okay, I'm gonna go because it's 10:06 and someone said, Dan, I'm asleep, I'm in Russia, and what did they say, 3 a.m? Something. God. Okay, that was fun. This went quickly. We've had so much to catch up on, haven't we? I think I'll be able to do next Tuesday. I don't know if I'll be travelling. Something funny that someone said, I've seen quite a few people saying, Dan says that he never leaves the house, and yet he's always, like, in Sweden, or, like, at VidCon or something. Okay, guys, I want to be clear on this. I do travel quite a lot. Well, you know, semi-frequently, for my job, which I appreciate, because, you know, travelling and seeing the world is really great. I definitely appreciate that quite a lot. But when I'm not going to a place for a thing, I do never go outside. Like, if you go to work, if you go to school, if you cross the road to get milk, if you go to a friend's house, then you go outside, like, a lot more often. It's like, I travel, but, like, believe me, people, I don't go outside. Yeah, and that's not me, like, proving my relatability. It's like a sad issue that I need to work on. I'm like, I need to go outside more often. You know, I go see Matilda. I go to a fun time run thing with my friends, and I'm like, wow, going outside is fun. Just need friends. And I'm gonna say pause now. And it looks like Anahita was number 1, people. Thank you for joining me. Love you to bits. See you soon. Thanks for consuming my existence. Hope you're happy. See you soon. Thanks. Bye, guy. And it's not working when I'm clicking on the X. You now. Come on, like, look at me. I'm clicking on the X to end this, and it's not going to work. Okay, this is. I'm just going to hold the off button on my iMac. Just Fan Cooties is number 1. Oh God! Right, as I'm holding the off button, what's going to happen? Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.